What is going on, Big Strong Gamers? It is Benson. Today, we're going to be recapping the whole Dark Aether story with Treyarch. If you haven't already, leave a like, subscribe, all that cool nonsense. And if you do, I'll shout you out. Yes, you, the big homie. But in that, gamers, let's get it. We got a little nonsense action, you know the usual cinematic trailer playthrough.
I'm Craig Houston.
Hey, yo, Craig Houston, big homie.
Here to move into season 6 and the finale of the Black Ops Cold War zombie story. We thought it might be nice to take a little look back at where we've come from and learn how we got to where we are now.
Why does Craig Houston look like he murdered somebody? You just can't make these things up. No offense, but
with the launch of Black Ops Cold War, our initial map, Die Maschine, was really
yeah, boy, Die Maschine gameplay.
It delved into Nazi experiments from the end of World War II.
I'm calling it right now. Okay, look, I'm calling it right now. The intro to Die Maschine is going to be the end of Vanguard Zombies. Easily. Watch. I'm predicting it right now.
The tide of the war by harnessing the powers of a cyclotron.
Commencing cyclotron test run number 12.
What's a cyclotron?
Please proceed.
Unfortunately for them, what they actually succeeded in doing was ripping a hole into a dimension known as the Dark Aether.
Oh god. They did.
When the Red Army discovered what the Nazis had been doing with the particle accelerator, they took steps to try and seal the rift. And that meant someone had to be volunteered to go inside.
They were like, hell no, we do not want this. Y'all Germans, what is wrong with you? What are you doing? That's exactly the mindset of the Soviets. And honestly, I agree with them. What was they doing?
How can I be of service, Comrade Lazarev?
There is a machine. I need you to...
Oh, man.
Understood?
Da.
Congratulations, товарищ. You're going to be a hero of the Soviet Union.
As players explored Die Maschine,
Feels
they were introduced
bad.
to a new cast of characters who would be guiding them, specifically the Requiem team, led by Grigory Weaver and assisted by Major Carver, Dr. Strauss, and Dr. Gray. As time progressed, we also learned a lot more about our bitter rivals, a Soviet-led unit known as Omega Group. As time went on, we learned their hierarchy too, most notably a familiar face from Black Ops 1. Kravchenko. As we'd seen...
Wait, that guy's from Black Ops 1? Oh god, you know what, these are just, like, I just thought they added him, to be honest. I even played Black Ops 1. I know, what's his name, Gregor? I know he's from Black Ops 1, and he's like, wow, oh, okay, alright, alright.
Die Maschine, Samantha Maxis was determined to stay in the field and continue her own investigations.
You have to turn yourself in. The CIA can protect you. I can protect you.
I can't do that, Weaver. The Omega Group have plans for the outbreak zones.
And this is something that led us on to our next map, which was Firebase C.
Requiem. Welcome to Vietnam.
Yo, Vietnam.
The Firebase C map, they worked with Ravenov, a former Omega Group soldier who had decided that he couldn't stomach what they were doing and maybe perhaps seek out new allies. Amongst those allies
We love that.
was Agent Maxis herself.
I am not a traitor to my country. Omega are not who we are.
And it was his intel that led her to Firebase C, where, sadly, she ran afoul of another new character, Dr. Peck.
Oh god, can I just say, I mean, good job for Treyarch for actually making an actual hateable, not antagonist, protagonist, but my god, there's just something about this guy that is just so, like, this dude, what is wrong with you? You know how many times I've not wanted to play Firebase just because of this guy alone? Oh my god, I just hate him so much.
Maxis is a poor little lost girl. No one.
Yo, a reference to Origins, let's
Given
get
her
it.
defiance and refusal to cooperate with Dr. Peck, he threw her into the Dark Aether.
No one is coming.
I love how
because no one cares about you.
we've
Dust you are. And to dust.
we've played in this like Dark Aether story so many times, yet the only time we've actually genuinely played in it is in the little side mode in Firebase C where you can go through like the little like the treasure chest thing, and then also when you use the Aether portals in D Machine. It's actually crazy. The only time we've actually mainly played it was in D Machine. We still have yet to play in it really. I think Mauer or Toten just kind of completely cut it. So hopefully with Forsaken we actually get to play it, because playing in the Dark Aether was actually fire in D Machine. And yet they cut it out, which is so upsetting. I don't know why they continue to do that.
An answer, but I am here, and I have been waiting for a long time.
Upon Maxis's return,
Yeah.
the Omega Group were undertaking operations in the Ural Mountains.
Oh god.
Something that would become very important as the story progressed. We were also introduced to Omega Group's leader, Kravchenko.
Oh
who was
god.
not at all pleased with Peck's failure. Nor was another senior member of Omega staff, Valentina.
Oh god.
So, as we took our operations to the Ural Mountains,
Yep,
we
Outbreak.
introduced a brand new mode for zombies, which was Outbreak. The game kind of opened up in a way that isn't always possible with round-based maps. Narratively, Outbreak was a lot of fun because this was the first time really that Requiem had gone on the offensive. They undertook Operation Threshold, a series of experiments led by the different members of the Requiem cast.
Look, I love Outbreak, like don't get me wrong. But after like round, I think like 8 or 9 now, because you know, with all the updates, it just gets so boring, you know? Like, I would love to play it more and more. Like, it's not too bad when you're just kicking back or, you know, just playing it and like watching something in the background. But my god, does it get so boring? I don't know. They should have done a little bit more to make the map just feel less open. I know that sounds bad, but really, the world, it just feels too big, and there's not enough zombies to actually fill it, you know? There's not enough stuff to do, which it's a shame to say, because there's some pretty cool stuff to do, but there's not enough, you know, if that makes sense. But Outbreak, I would say it wasn't like a horrible mode, just something that needed a little bit more, like, I don't know, attention or love, you know, just something, rather than it just kind of get left on the back burner, which it kind of did.
With our own specialities, to
Man.
understand the Dark Aether, understand the enemy, and to obviously gain an upper hand against Omega.
Yeah.
Requiem began to get more communication.
Like, I understand the Easter egg isn't fun, but it kind of makes sense why you're there. I can agree with him on that. Like, even though the story is kind of garbage in Cold War, it kind of makes sense in Outbreak why you go there. Like, that's the one part of Cold War I actually understand, is why you're actually in Outbreak, which is crazy because I don't even play the mode.
From Ravenov. Essentially, Ravenov and Maxis were going behind.
Oh my god, dude,
This
going
led us
absolutely
to
nuts
a
right
whole
there.
mission involving a Russian program called Operatia Inversia.
Oh
As
yeah,
players moved
this.
through this mission, they discovered that the Omega Group had built something called the Reality Inversion Warheads.
This power is too dangerous for either Omega or Requiem to possess. So I say, we dump them in the middle of the Pacific.
Following the events of Operatia Inversia, players got the opportunity to undertake another main quest, this time Operation Excision.
Been a long time, Weaver. Ravenov. You've got some balls using this line after what you and Sam did.
Been contacted by a group of Omega scientists. They wish to defect.
Unfortunately, as we discovered at the end of that main quest, the whole thing was a trap, and the strike team were captured.
Yo, we saved the big homie Raptor one though. The question is, are we gonna be able to play as him? These are the real questions we need to answer. Treyarch, answer right now.
To lure Requiem's so-called elite strike team into a trap. Fortunately,
They really got clapped here.
It's easy.
Requiem belongs to me now.
After the
I gotta say though, it was actually kind of cool how they did Mauer or Toten, like how you're under Krav's Chalky or whatever. I don't know, Chalky. We'll call him Chalky, like Chalk. But I thought that was kind of cool. Like, it confused me quite a bit. But, you know, it's kind of like learning it a little bit more. It's actually, like, I thought it was a cool idea. They definitely, even though the rest of the story is kind of like, meh, this was actually a cool idea. Like, you're being held hostage and you gotta work for him.
players had worked with Ravenov and Maxis in Operatia Inversia, We learn that Maxis has got herself in a little bit of trouble, going behind Weaver's back, but perhaps more importantly, going behind the Director's back.
Yes.
Hey! Take your hands off me!
You're to undergo some additional testing.
Why are you doing this?
Orders from the director.
Maxis is to be taken to a secure facility known as Block 8, where she will undergo certain experiments.
What? Oh, what?
Following the disaster that was Operation Excision and the
Yo,
subsequent
Maurer
capture
Toten, let's get it.
by Omega Group of the strike team, we moved to Maurer Toten. And this time we're going to be working under
Yes.
the command of Omega Group themselves.
Yes.
I have work for them in Berlin.
Hmm.
Certain member of our organization has gone to ground recently. I'm sure you've noticed their absence.
Can I just say, Maurer Toten was such a turnaround for Cold War. Like, genuinely, you can say Firebase C and D Machine were failures, but I honestly, I consider D Machine good. They're just alright, but Maurer Toten is actually one of the maps that has a really good layout and somewhat of a good story. It's way better than the other ones. I think the only problem that it has is just the Cold War systems. And also, yeah, I think that's really about it. It's a pretty good map. I like it.
I believe they are scheming against us.
Valentina has actually been seeking to enact a plan
Yeah.
that was laying dormant from the end of World War II, which was to return a long-forgotten Nazi army who have essentially been housed.
Yo, can I just say it? Why does Craig Houston, why does he look like Weaver? I swear they based this guy off of Weaver, and you cannot tell me otherwise. Ever since Black Ops 1, yes. He's been in there, he's been in the game that long. Look, you can't lie. Look at him. You just can't.
In the Dark Aether for decades.
Someone had to free their army. My father chose me to complete that mission.
Yeah, whatever.
After defeating Valentina and
You
a Nazi
just-
army, players escape with help from a rather unexpected source. A portal opens that allows them to teleport right back to Requiem HQ, and it becomes clear that Samantha Maxis is growing in power.
We better see this. I swear, if we don't see this kind of activity in Forsaken, I'm gonna cry. Like, I'll stream it and everything, and you'll just see me break down in man tears. Also, peep the dog. Look at it up. What are you doing?
Throughout Season 5's intel, we learn more of the experiments that she's undergone with the
Boo.
Director.
Boo. Boo. Me and my homies hate intel. That's it.
You going to electrocute me again?
I really hope it doesn't come to that, but I know what you're capable of.
Who is he?
I just want to see it for myself.
We learn more about exactly how the Dark Aether has changed her, and more about what that could potentially mean for the future and Season 6. We also learn more about an entity in the Dark Aether known as the Forsaken. Were this creature to make it into our
Hey, yo, the Forsaken?
world, it would probably mean the end of life as we know it.
Oh, that's
One
pretty
of the things
fire.
that we learned in Maurer Toten was that, in reality, Omega Group were actually building the reality inversion warheads to destroy the Forsaken.
Yep,
that's
and you know
something
who's an
we can
idiot?
stop.
You know who's an idiot, guys? Requiem. Just spam it right now. Requiem. I'm telling you, these guys were so impatient idiots. Honestly, at the end of the day, when you find this out, I was like, dang, Omega might be the side to work for, man.
So now they've developed a new plan. They believe they can bring it into our world and perhaps harness its powers as the ultimate weapon.
Why every time something like that happens, it's always a backstory. They try to do something really crazy that makes absolutely no sense, and obviously it's not going to work. And yet they're like, "Hey, yo, let's try it. It would be a good idea, to be honest."
The Forsaken. A solution is necessary. It must be dealt with.
Colonel, there has been a change of plan, Gorif. Beck and I are developing a new solution for the Forsaken. Rest assured, if it is successful, it will mean salvation for the Soviet Union. We will be heralded as heroes.
Amongst the many pieces of intel that we found in Outbreak, we learned more about a character called Zykov.
Zykov.
Red Army soldier who went into the cyclotron back in World War II.
The Megaton, yes.
Trapped in the dark ether for a very long time.
Oh, wait.
And he wants to get out.
Wait for
Now
real?
aware of Omega's plans for the Forsaken, Requiem need all the allies they can get.
Zykov, he may be the only one who truly knows the Forsaken.
Are we suggesting we somehow break this lost...
You think this guy's still alive? It's been like 30 years. You think there's stuff to eat in the dark ether? Oh man, I don't know about that one.
Russian out of the dark ether.
Poor bastard's been in there longer than anyone.
He promises them that if they can release him from his prison, he might be the deciding factor in overcoming both the Forsaken and Omega. As we move into the climax of Season 6, we're going to finally focus on Omega Group's final operation.
Yes.
Gracia is Bavitel.
Bam! Burger Town, baby.
In a facsimile of an American town.
Can I just say it? I love maps that just visually look like this. Like, don't get me wrong, I really like cooler maps too. But just something about like the super lighting and make it actual realistic, like in a city or something like that. So much better. Easily so much more better. And they always tend to have a better layout as well. Exactly, like Mauer or Toten against Firebase. Easy representation of that.
And Omega Group have been using for many years for training purposes. This location is unique because Omega Group have identified this.
Oh, the wonder weapon. Oh my god. Okay, the thing about the wonder weapon is, how is it going to be qualified? Like, because, you know, there's some machine gun tiers and then there's melee weapon tiers. Are they just going to fall under like both? I guess we got to find out.
Place where the veil between our world and that of the dark ether is at.
The forbidden Jews, guys.
They believe they can extract the Forsaken. Well, this final round-based zombies map represents the climax of the Black Ops Cold War zombie story.
Yes.
It's not the end of the dark ether story. Eagle-eyed or eagle-eared.
Oh, PhD slider, let's go!
We've been sowing the seeds of some other things that also harken back to World War II. The Dark Ether story will continue and expand in Call of Duty Vanguard.
Okay, look. I'm gonna be honest here, guys. Craig Houston, he's trying to hype us up, okay? But look, number one, the big homie. Okay, look. I feel like this is, you know, like Black Ops 2, where no one really cared about the story, and it's just leading up to that. I feel like that is us in this situation, and Vanguard's gonna have like a better story. You know, this is kind of like the lead up and why it sucks so hard. Not so hard, but it's just all right. You know, I feel like it's that, but at the same time, like I just feel like we're just gonna get the same thing. It's either or. It's like either we're gonna get really something really good in Vanguard, or it's gonna be the exact same as the Cold War. You know, that's just my personal opinion. But hey, gamers, I mean that was the Dark Ether recap. I mean, if you haven't already, leave a like, subscribe, all that cool nonsense, see how it goes. But other than that, gamers, I'll see you guys in the next one. You deserve cookie. I love you, but have a wonderful day. See ya.